contacts. I'm going to pass it to Joe.
Hey, there we were this morning finishing up our camp out. One thing that surprised me about going out the door today is the long process that it takes. We actually started last night and then probably about 4 or 5 hours this morning, and it was definitely a team effort with Tony and the station crew members getting us in and out of the hatch and getting us where we need to go. So it was a great start to a day.
Yeah, Sandy's driving the arm here, and we're repositioning for EVA2, which means you first have to bring it back from the saw deploy point, which is outside the plane of the Sarge. So you bring it inside the plane of the Sarge, and then rotate the Sarge and bring it the rest of the way. And it's actually some of the trickiest arm flying because there's a lot of motion of the arm. Even though the arm's unloaded, it was actually kind of difficult, and it was at night, of course. There's our friend Yuri. We had him. You heard his voice last night, but we didn't have any video of him, so we wanted to get you some video of Yuri working today back in the Russian segment of the ISS. While the team was getting ready for their EVA, I was actually doing the meat and potatoes of the mission today, and that was to get the wastewater dump enacted, a PWR dump, and condensate CWC dump. So that was really what we're all after today, and the EVA support of those actions. So I was happy to help. Good checklist discipline throughout. Here's me trying to corral some candy, and John told me I was as graceful in space as I am on Earth. There are a lot more M&Ms floating around there than you can really see in the picture. So we had Koichi, Spanky, and I in the airlock. Oh, Koichi's coming up to the flight deck now, so get to hear his voice in just a second. We're getting Joe and Swanee dressed up and going through all the checks to get them out the door. Yeah, I joined Tony today for the suit up for Swanee and Joe, and it was a lot of work to prepare, and then those guys did a wonderful EVA, and it was wonderful to see them, and we took a lot of good pictures of them once they went out. Space Station Commander Mike Fink, he was there overseeing everything. Mike's been just an absolutely phenomenal teammate to work with. He's done a wonderful job getting the space station ready for STS-119, and he's been a joy to work with. And seeing all those guys struggling their way into the suits and sweating a lot made me want to work up a little bit of a sweat. Nothing extreme. So there I am on our ergometer, which, by the way, is working just fine. We have just some zoomed-in video of one of our V10 monitors of showing both Swanee and Joe coming out the hatch at the beginning of this EVA today. Yeah, luckily coming out for the first time it was dark outside, so I think that's always helpful until you need to start translating and figure out where you are. But Swanee was a great help and led me out there, so it was a good feeling coming out the door for the first time. So most of our, Brew and I were up on the flight deck kind of keeping track of what the guys were doing outside, and most of our views were on cameras. We didn't have a lot of out-the-window views, but that was one that we actually had. Back on the flight deck, keeping track of the procedures and just trying to keep up with the guys. They were doing an awful lot of work out there, and it was busy keeping track of all the stuff they were getting done. Yeah, we
had a lot of changes today. Ricky just did a great job keeping us honest, making sure we came back with all our tools. So, Ricky, thanks. That was a good day.
We caught a lot of good, wonderful video of the station cameras today that we're going to present to you here in just a couple of seconds. It's really, when you see the crystal clear image of it, there you have it. And that was just technical difficulties prevented us from getting any more, but we did have a lot of wonderful video.
Okay, they spent the day outside working hard, and now we got them back in the airlock. We're getting the pressure back in the crew lock and bringing them back inside and welcoming them back inside. And it's always great to open up that hatch and see them. One thing that I think I've heard people say before but wasn't so obvious is the smell, right, when you open up that hatch. Space definitely has a smell that's different than anything else.
After these long hours of EVA, they're still very fit and energetic, and I could also smell the space after I opened the hatch, and here they are coming in, Joe and Swanee, getting back to the equipment lock of the airlock.
The unsung heroes on a lot of these EVAs are the guys who get them suited up and get them out the door and bring them back in. So hats off to Tony, Mike, and Koichi. And here, very proud to congratulate both these guys for going out the door and getting a lot of good work done out there today. I trust that you guys don't present any of this video to RT or Dave Williams. You can see what a struggle it is to get out of these EMUs, particularly in zero gravity. Again, it takes multiple teammates to make it all happen. Thankfully, that is it for tonight. Thanks again. We thank you every night for gutting it out. We know we're not professionals, but we do appreciate you spending time with us to bring these films down. If no one else, our families enjoy watching them.
Brew, it's always a pleasure to watch your colleagues in space. Looks like everybody's having just a marvelous time, and first-time flyers look like real pros, and just a real pleasure to watch everybody and doing all the great work up there. We really appreciate you taking the time to send those down to us. Okay, Tex. Well, thank you very much. Again, thanks for stepping in and giving up your evenings as all the Orbit 2 has done the entire mission thus far. The Orbit 2 team as well as the 3 and 1 teams are just fabulous. Our hats off to you for the great calls, the great work, the great planning. So again, we'll say goodnight, and we look forward to yet another day tomorrow. So thanks again very much.